Well, that looks just crooked. That just looks crooked. How have I managed that? I had this all straight. I had... Motherfucker. What's going on, peeps? Hang on. If you don't know, I draw on paper. So, this is going to be a fun experience for everyone. I'm going to turn the music down a bit. Can you guys let me know if... I need to know two things. I need to know if this is in focus, and I also need to know if my voice and the music are okay. That's all I need to know. If it's not in focus, I need to focus it. It seems focused. Well, stare close. What can you see? Can you read it? Good on both fronts. Okay, cool. And the music's okay? Like, the music, like, relatively good bop? Can read it, but it's a bit flurry. Well, I mean, I can focus it more if you want me to focus it more. That's not an issue. Ceiling fan, shadow. You know what's funny? There's no ceiling fan. That's literally, I think, just the feed of this. Now what's that? Why is there a line there? Why is there a line there? I should remove this thing though. Hang on. Hang on. Maybe that'll help. Does that look better? Can't tell. Hang on. This is why I don't normally share game dev stuff, because a lot of my game dev stuff is digital. So, now what's that shadow? There is a shadow looming. Now I'm trying to work out what that is. Is it this cable? No, it's my mic. Okay. No noticeable change. Okay. Give me a second. The resolution is a bit low. Alright, give me a second. I'm going to make one adjustment. So give me 1 second. Okay. 1 second. Those are my legs, don't... And then this is the room. Okay. So yeah, the idea of this whole thing, it's jank. It's not going to be good. By any means. There's going to be scuff coming out all over the place. So... But now you guys also get to see like how I do it on paper. I'll have a look on my phone as well. Anyway, before we start, how is everyone doing? How are we all doing today? You're like one of your friends' birds. Don't know what to draw for the boss. I sent you a thing though. Did you not get it? And I've sent you tasks, White Phoenix, so you should be good for a while, for a hot minute. You should be good for a hot minute. Heavy hearts is a high priority though. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Getting rolling on those. Awesome. Thank you. Look at that. Pencil. Pencil is sharp. Hang on. Where is it? This focus of this webcam. You sent me quite a bunch of stuff. Okay. So today I'm going to be working on mainly the Terry game. I'm just going to check my phone to see whether or not it's in good focus. And then we will start. And, you know, if you guys want to ask any questions or anything. What exactly is the Terry game? Did I probably should do a clarification of what the Terry game is, I guess. Let me just pull this thing up first, and then I'll go into it. You probably can't see it, like, I'm hoping you see it a fair bit, but I'm gonna just quickly jump onto my phone, and I'm gonna see whether or not it's visible. And then what I'm gonna do is I'll make adjustments depending on the focal. Oh yeah, there's a bit of, like, let's have a look. Let's make this shit widescreen. Look at this. I'm watching me. Okay. Alright. I got it. So what I want to do, we'll fix this. Because I've also zoomed it in, is what I've done. So the Terry game. You guys want to know about Terry game. So the Terry game is a collectathon. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be like a sort of, you know, collect items and get stuff and, you know, like Gex or Banjo-Kazooie. You know, there's gonna be different things that obviously will, you know, reminisce from a lot of those sort of things. Obviously it's a lewd game, but there is an emphasis on where I kind of lie with how lewd Terry's Bad Cum Day. Yeah, it's a little bit, yeah. It is a little bit. Sorry, I'm just bringing up the zoom thing. Because I also, like... Power... What is this? Anti-flicker. Here we go, this might help. Let's try this. Oh, it stopped flickering. Look at that. Does that help? Alright, let's move this. Cool. Okay, so that's out of focus. So let's go this way. Okay, let's go a bit more. Okay, so it's out of focus again. Okay. Sorry, I'm just adjusting it so then you guys can see. So I apologize. And I'm gonna, like, I'll guide you through the entire game as I've made it so far. Now, in terms of exposure, so I've got exposure on and then focal. Let me just run this back a little bit more and see what happens. Yes, that's more blurry, so it's around about 200 that I would say will be good on. Now, the other thing too is I can do autofocus. Now, I want to show you guys autofocus. And tell me what you think of autofocus. So this is now auto-focusing on everything that's happening. It probably would benefit to have autofocus, wouldn't it? Oh, the initial idea I wanted was like her to leave the body. That's what I wanted after she ran out of energy, Buriko. That's all I want. Okay, there is a sharpness button. We're gonna get this so I can actually, like, make sure that you guys are happy with it. Is that better or worse? Looks okay on your phone. I might pull this back again and see. Because, yeah, obviously I want it to look... Yeah, okay, see, I see what happens with that now. So I'm just playing with the... Yes, the sharpness pulls it really back. So if I go really high with sharp, what happens? The other thing too, now the other thing that this camera doesn't have is, so let me try this. Whoa. That out of focused it like something rotten. Okay. Alright. So, okay. We're good. I think we're good for now. That's probably as best as I'm going to get it. At least for now. So I do apologize if it looks a bit jank. I'm not, you know, I'm not a professional streamer by any means. So, but I also, you know, thank you for coming to hang out and wanting to see me do stuff. Normally, like, I don't show what I do with drawing. So for me, this is kind of like new territory again. Like, I know I did it last year, but this is, again, something that I just normally don't do. So, usually with game design, and let me just close this window. Oh, the other thing too is I've got a wider shot, which is this one. Do you find the wider shot better, or would you prefer it zoomed in, like this? It means you get more leg room. Or do you prefer the zoomed in version? Zoomed in? Okay. Sweet. Nice pants. Thank you. Okay. So, the Terry game is a collectathon. Now, I'm just going to double check that everything's in order, because I don't think it is. Because some of this stuff, it's been a while since I've touched this. So, you and I are going to be going through it together, because a lot of it is unsorted. So let's sort that now. I think... There it is. There's the front. Okay, that's the front. So I'm old school. I like to draw stuff on paper because that's just how I do things. I know a lot of devs prefer to do it on computer. I do stuff on paper. Terry's Trashy Tale is the code name of the game. I don't know if it's going to have another name yet, but that's what it's going to be. So, also sorry for any rogue dog hairs that get in. So, I'll read this to you in case you can't read it. So it says, after a night of sexy gaming with shades, Terry wakes up in post-nut Clara City, a place between reality and the dream world, where post-nut happens from an overload of sexiness. Terry must travel the plane of post-nut, where nuts, lost, and unfinished lie. Can Terry overflow the spank bank and get back home? The gameplay takes place in a dark, lewd 3D platformer world, taking inspiration from games like Banjo, Crash, Spyro, and Gex. Progression is made by filling the spank bank and riding the explosion out of there. This sub-story thing is a completely extra thing that I'm working on with the game to kind of give it some extra spice, but I don't know if it'll be in the final cut, so I'll do that. I'll go over that later. So I've redone this since last year. Last year I had a completely different, a different outlook on how I was feeling with the game. So I've kind of changed a lot of the items and a lot of the things around. I've tried to simplify a lot of stuff as well, because I felt that the gameplay and the core mechanics of the game were getting a little bit too ahead of itself. Let me just wrap this up here. 1 second. There we go. They were getting a bit too far themselves. So the items that Terry, because he's a trash panda, he wants to get garbage, spank bank images. Images to fill the spank bank and unlock areas. Hot grills. Obviously a play or pun on hot girls, so it's a hot grill. A hot grill is hidden in every level. So there's different barbecues that are hidden in every level. Kind of like a Jinjo that you have to find. Garbage bags. You break these for lots of garbage. So these are the equivalent of crates. So like you would get garbage and then there'd be garbage bags. Ranks. You get a level rank based on your score and time. S stands for stinky because Terry's a stinky boy. Catches. In the hub world, you can fish into the Never Thought Sea and catch unique girls to work at the cabaret, which is the subplot of the story. And then cash. Earn this at the cabaret to spend at the extra store. So there's an extra store in the game that you can spend money on, which will be a thing, which I'm really excited about, honestly. The more I think about it, the more I look at this, you know. So there's no like initial cutscene yet, but basically Terry will just wake up. And this is the first place that he wakes up. So this is post-nut Clara City, and this is downtown. And so basically, there are a couple of different areas that Terry can go. So as you can see here, this is where Terry will start. And it's kind of like a sort of, if you've played Gex and you kind of understand the mechanics or what it is, especially Gex 3, a lot of the world is a mishmash of mind and sort of things that are happening. So this is all in Terry's head. So there are bits and pieces of certain things of his mind, and it's kind of like sort of just broken down. So there's like buildings, there's like dumpsters, billboard signs with my face on them and shit. And so then we've got, in this area, there are 2 levels and 1 boss. And what we'll do is we'll go through each level together of what I've got so far. And then we'll kind of go through everything up to the point where I'm currently working. So, the Lucky Ladies Casino is the first level. Okay. So, the Lucky Lady Casino, as you can see, it's a giant slot machine. Now, there's something really cool about this, but I'll show you in a second. So it shows you here, I got the first part of your adventure. The areas are dark, dirty, sleazy, with buildings, factories, and garbage. So you got the Lucky Ladies Casino. This level is open at the start, but can change the way the level looks by the slot machine arm that's on the front of the building. Shelly's Box Factory is open when you get 3 images. And then there's a boss, which is the Lost Legacy of Terry Trashmouth. Opens with 5. And then the Midtown Gate, which is open with 8. You get, then there's 2 sort of like bonus levels, if you will. They'll be sort of just like, I guess you would say maybe the equivalent of like sunshine levels or something like that. And then it tells you exactly what's in the hub world. So I've made it that there is a spank bank image, there's accessories, there is a mermaid that you can get, and there's a hot grill, you know, hiding. So the first world that you can see is the Lucky Ladies Casino. It's a casino run by a bunch of slot machine girls. Each girl will appear depending on what icons are on the slot machine in the level hub. You can change it by grabbing the arm. It will let the girl out at the start, changing for a unique objective. And so each level kind of has, I guess you would say a mission, but at the same time, it's got sort of like an objective of how you would do things. So, I haven't come up with all of them for these ones, because these ones I'm finding to be very difficult. So Cherry, if you land the slot machine on Cherry, you can go, her mission is you pop Cherry's balloons around the level to excite her. If you do Lemon, activate the juicer to make lemon squirt. Oh, I love talking about this. Yeah, so like each one has their own sort of thing. I won't go too much into them because I don't want to spoil too much. And then Shelly's Box Factory. And so some of these characters are scrapped from previous ideas as well. And I've also tried to add mechanics that I think, and a lot of this came from playing a lot of games later, especially after Pizza Tower, and trying to get an idea of what makes a core game unique, especially with a level, because the level is the theme. And so I don't just want Terry to go in there and just play a level. I want him to have something unique to do. So particularly in this level, he's got these giant arms that can lift boxes. And there's 2 level objectives in this one. 1 whole level. I don't know how big the levels are going to be yet, because I'm kind of in the air of how big I want them to be and how big I want it to feel. I mean, so far it feels quite big, but you know, maybe it's not. I don't know. It's very hard to tell. But also you can tell there's accessories you can get, girls you can meet, such as Shelly Shifter and Holly the Hyena, that's a good one. She has a fetish for smashing box, so she's a Crash Bandicoot star. Yeah. Here's a spoiler. This is the Lost Legacy of Terry Trashmouth. So this is basically every time Terry nutted and flushed it down the toilet, this is the result of what comes up from there. So this is this sort of demonic hybrid baby sperm thing of Terry. It's a giant monster style thing. And yeah, so like it's kind of like the Mario 64 Bowser boss, where you've got to grab his tail and swing him around. And oh no, this is big. Like, it's a big thing. It's just on the paper, obviously it looks small. And then, yeah, you obviously, you do that, and then you unlock Midtown. And so this is Midtown. So Midtown is where, this is the middle of the game, but this is also the middle of Terry's mind. There is all sorts of shit going on in this world. So there is the Tortilla of Terror, which is basically a sort of kaiju style level with Tortilla, mascot. Then there's Balls Deep for golf. There is a golf level. And then, let's see, 3, 4, and then I think there's only 2 in this one. Oh yeah, there's Jupiter's Shop, which you can't see behind me, but there's a shop. Spank Bank, Gallery, Final Cutscene. So this is where the end game is going to be. I think there was only... Did I cut a level? I think I cut a level out of this. Takedown. I think I might have. Because I remember there being... Maybe I did. Because I've really only made it that there's kind of like 6 levels. It's going to be a fairly short game, but I want it to be big. So I want it to be a big game, but a short game. I don't want it to overstay its welcome in terms of its hubs and everything it's got to do. As you can see, I've not put the bonus stuff in. The Tortilla Tower of Terror. The city's in trouble. Someone has dropped nachos into a nuclear reactor, creating Tortilla, a giant Stegosaurus waifu. To combat the menace, they have sent in the monster waifus. Areas open in destruction of city. So this is really cool. So each level, and this is where I started getting really crazy with it, and I had to stop because when I get too much into an idea, I worry about my other ideas being, you know. So there is 3 missions on this level. So there's 3 objectives you can do. The first one is May Mantis, and it says May has been tasked with taking down Tortilla, but ends up getting a thirst for Terry. So she is a half mantis lady. Basically trying to eat him and infect him with mantis arms. You basically have to fight her off. Tortilla, destruction of May reveals Tortilla, who you must lead to a local Mexican restaurant to slow her down. After raising her chili level, she bathes in the ocean, getting a wet top and an image. And then the Mon Girl military roundup is basically monster girls running around the city. It's up to Terry to lure them to cages. So as you can see here on the left, Terry has got giant mantis arms, which he can turn into a helicopter. And then in the military roundup, he's got a Jeep, which he drives around in. So there's going to be a little driving segment too, which I thought was really cool. And then level 4, Balls Deep for golf. So this is a golf one. This was kind of based on my golf idea and sort of hybriding it to Terry's game. So Terry hits the turf in an all-out war at any hole golf. Playing a solid game of golf will net you a prize, but teaming up with your local punks will get you even more goodies. So this one has like multiple endings to it. So there's 2 modes in it. So Terry's got golf mode and buggy race mode. So the main first objective, famed golfer and sex symbol Sharp Tooth challenges you to a game of golf. Win and Sharp will reward you with an image. I don't know if I mentioned who Sharp Tooth. I'll have to check if I did. Maybe I did. Now I'm thinking whether or not I did. I think it was a shark-related chick, because I've written down a bunch of things. And then basically, if you challenge her at a game of golf, if you win, you basically then unlock to either help Punk or Dunk, which is basically the 2 other chicks that are part of the golf course. Smash as much of the golf course as you can. But then if this one will only appear if you complete Punk's request. This one will only appear if you complete Tooth's request. So there's like different things that will happen. Sorry, I'm like the worst today. And then yeah, I've got the tower nuts and yeah, I've got to finish them. And then the tentacle obsession turned terror. Yeah, I've got to do that. And this is the old sketches back here. So I usually keep a lot of my old stuff because what I'm using this for is to use it as sort of like references to kind of go through and go, okay, this is what I need to, because as you can see, this is the old map. This was the original old map, and I've kind of changed a few things up now. Again, things change, you know, when you're doing production. So, oh, thank you for the hydrate. I think a lot of this I've picked from. I've got to check. I've got notes. My goal tonight is to finish a lot of this because I want to kind of get it sort of sorted. I'm also drinking 0 sugar, so don't worry. Yeah. Anyway. Tentacle. Did I do the final town? I think I did the pause menu. Jupiter's shop. Yeah, I started doing that. OC is a Terry maid that lives rent-free in Terry's head. Yeah, we're gonna have a look at that. And there's the pause screen, how the pause screen works. Terry's moveset. A lot of this should go in the front, I think. Actually. Again, if this is really boring, I hope this isn't too boring. Because this is like... This is where like a lot of kind of... I don't know. Like this is where like things are gonna get starting in like really boring or weird for a lot of people. Because I do know that a lot of this stuff is quite... it's not exactly interesting to a lot of people. Moveset, items, pause screen. Okay. So, what we're gonna do today, I'm gonna just go through quickly on this old stuff. I've been crossing stuff off as I go, so that one I need to keep. The downtown I'm gonna use. And then there's the fishing mechanic, which I need to work on. Cabaret. List of the girls. Okay, so a lot of this shit is... There's like a lot of enemies that I drew as well. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's a lot here. Okay, there's gonna be some shit. Alright, so let me get some of this out the way that I know that I don't need. Definitely don't need that. Also, I'm open to any questions. So if you got questions that you want to ask me, feel free. I'm very open to the idea of what you want to... Maybe turn the volume of the music down a bit. Yeah, I can do that. That's easy. There you go. Also, I apologize because, like, my voice... Yeah, I'm very far away, in a sense. Let's see. Where is this? This is... I need to keep this one because I'm going to work with that one tonight. Did I draw the grills? I don't know if I drew the grills. Did I draw the grills? I don't think I did. I don't think I did. So I think a lot of this shit is stuff that I was like, alright, I'm gonna work on this. Yeah, I think that's what this pile of shit is. I'm just checking. Sorry, chat, this is so boring. This old level design that I had, I've kind of scrapped. Yeah, and that was the old way to play the game. I think I took a lot of this off. Apart from some of these extra levels that I designed. Oh, that's right. I was going to do a minecart thing, wasn't I? I wrote that down somewhere. I've got a sheet. There's a sheet somewhere. Okay, so I've got... I think I've got to keep this one. I don't need any of that. None of this. And then... This is the Cabaret Girls. There is a sheet somewhere. I've got a sheet somewhere in here that tells me exactly. Play a cabaret minigame. Animation via the trait. Oh. Cabaret. Jesus Christ. It's a mess. Designs. I know you guys can't see these, so I apologize. And then I've got another pile back here of notes and stuff. And I think this is shit. So this was the original hub world that I designed. And it was all in one area. And I kind of scrapped the idea because I wanted it to have loading segments where you could travel between places. So I wanted to kind of have different things. Though I did sketch this one out a lot better than I initially thought. And again, the game's been through a lot of different iterations because I'm trying to find the right feel for what I want for a collectathon, and it's very difficult for me. The eternal curse, if you will. Yeah. So anyway, let's have a look. I swear I had a note sheet. I swear there was a sheet I had where I was just writing stuff down. I was writing notes on it. And I had like... Wait. There it is. What have I got here? Terry slogans, each level. Oh shit, what's all this? Oh, fishing game. Slot cars. Robot filled side scroller. Oh, the Bone King thing. That's what I want to replace with... That's what I want to replace. So I want to do... So that's right. So Bone King is level 5. And then I want to... So that means I don't need this sheet anymore. So that can go. And then, yeah, I did some mechanics. So I was trying to work out mechanics for Terry's thing. So a lot of the notes that I was trying to do, I was mainly just trying to work out what would Terry do in a medieval style level. Sorry about that. Yeah, so these are basically my main notes that I had. I was worried for a second. I lost this, and I was like, shit. But that's okay. We've got it now. So, okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick an area and I'm going to start. So, I'm going to just kind of do my thing. And, you know, you peeps can, you know, you just chill. Like, you just chill and watch and enjoy. Or, you know, don't. I'm so negative on myself. Items basic. So I've got to like... I swear I redrew the grills. I swear I redrew them, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't redraw the grills. I do have the sheet here for the grills. So I've got to like... Maybe I didn't do this. Maybe... Because that's the other thing too. I've got a list of like what collectibles that you get on what zones. What's this? How did this get in here? That shouldn't be in there. That's not part of it. I was like, how the fuck did that get in there? Yeah, okay, cool. How the fuck did that get in there? That's annoying. Okay, Terry jumps. Tortilla level 3. Balls deep for golf. I really like the golf level. I thought the golf level was really cool. It's really cool design. Hub World Midtown. Oh yeah, so now I've got to work out whether actually, you know what? I could do that. I could do that. So I could go back to here, and I've got to work out where the bonus nuts are gonna be, because the bonus nuts are usually things that chill. If I've got the image, smashing box nut, casino nut. Okay, so I'm gonna have to fit a few of these in. Let's see. All of that can fuck off, and then let's have a look. So let's see. Where did I put? There it is. So I'm gonna have to. So maybe like. Maybe here. I'm just gonna go. That's what I'm gonna do. So that's where the bonus level is gonna be for that one. So what did I call them? I called them. So anyway, how are you peeps doing today? How you all going? This is bonus nut 3. So this will be called tortilla nut. Tortilla nut. Gonna get some fries and break. You better be working or I'm gonna fire you. I will fire you and then rehire you so I can fire you again. Okay, so I'm gonna put the bonus levels. Also, don't criticize me for how I hold my fucking pencil. This is bonus 4. This would be golf nut. Fitting for a phoenix. I don't know what to tell you though. I don't know what to tell you. I'm excited about this level. This level's gonna be fun. I'm really excited. It's gonna be so cool. I'm like reveling in all this. So okay. So balls deep for golf. And then 4. Do I put these before or after? Oh yeah, I did. Okay, so deep town opens with. Oh, so now I have to work out how many images. Opens when you have a B or higher. Opens when you have a B or higher. That's what you say. It opens when you have a B or higher. Tower nut. Opens and then deep gate. The ads are loud. Are they loud? Definitely send a message to Twitch because that is something I don't control. Open when you have a B rank or higher. So I wrote down how much each level was going to cost to get into. So this was the chart that I had. So I think by the end of it, opens with 5. Okay, so opens when you have a B or higher. So this should be like opens when you have a B or higher on level 3. Nice. Ho ho! And then this one should be opens on level 4. So this should be an opens on B like level 4. So opens when have a B or higher on level 4. Shwet. Fucking shwet. Okay. Deep Town Gate. So I'm gonna have to work out the math on that one. So, but now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some really fun shit. Because you're probably thinking, shit, is Shay's just gonna sit here and write the whole time? No. We're now gonna design the next boss. And I did kind of come up with something, but I wasn't entirely too sure what I was gonna do with it. So I'm gonna sketch a couple of ideas first, because I think what we need to do is we need to get an establishment of exactly what this boss is going to look like. So I do have one second. Fucker. Can you give me the thank you. Okay. So this is like a 10. So I'm going to just have to play around with this a little bit and see where we kind of go with it. Because I'm not entirely too sure what I'm going to draw or how it's going to turn out. So we'll just sort of draw a few things and see how we go. So there's a tentacle obsessed. So it was to do with... Did the playlist stop? Excuse me. Hang on. Why did that stop? Why is my mouse not working? Okay. This is highly irregular. Why are you not working? This is my new mouse, by the way. Thought it was really cool. But now it's like doing something really weird. So it was really cool. Unless like the driver just went and died. I'm literally staring at the mouse. Move, you motherfucker. Like, what are you doing? What is it doing? Yeah, so this is the... So it's got a keyboard and then there's the mouse there. It's just a little controller. And it works 99% of the time, but apparently right fucking now it's not working. Why is that flashing? What's that doing? What does the light globe mean? What does that mean? What the fuck are you doing? What does that mean? Hang on, chat. I'm figuring it out. Why is this not working? Why is that? What does that mean? That wasn't in the manual, motherfucker. Don't start flashing a random light at me. Okay. Hang on. Let me check. Oh, I have to check now. Hang on. There we go. Where did that go? There. Okay. Oh, alright, I'm back. Did you miss me? Not really? Okay. I'm glad we had that discussion. Alright, tentacle monster obsessed motherfucking weird thing. Alright, so let's just go into it. So Terry would kind of like, I guess we'll just start drawing like tentacles or something like oh, should it have legs? It should have like its own legs. It's like maybe like this, and then you know what game I've been playing in my spare time? I've been playing Bomb Chicken. Bomb Chicken's been really fun. It's very Abe's Odyssey to it. Like it has a sort of I guess like Abe's Odyssey vibe to the whole thing. It looks really cool. It's very short though. I think I'm already up to the final chapter. It only took me like a few hours, but yeah, it's pretty good. Like I've enjoyed playing it. The graphics are really cool. I don't know where it's going with the plot though. I don't think it's meant to be taken that seriously, but I wasn't expecting it to be, you know, a sort of. I'm not expecting like the highest caliber, if you will, of content when it comes to Bomb Chicken, but you know, at the same time, you know, you kind of. I think the critics were saying that the reason why it was panned a little bit was because of how short the game was. And it does feel like that. Like, it does feel like the game has a sort of, I don't know, it does feel short. Like, it does feel very short. Maybe it should be wearing panties. Should be wearing panties, and then, like, so then, so this is my drafting phase. Like, I'll just kind of, like, play around with it. And it's usually what I do with Marble Maid, too. So I'll usually just sit here and kind of, like, play around and try to find an idea of, you know, what I want to do. And again, like, this might change. Like, I might have something completely different when it comes to it. But we'll see. Hey, 44k pen. Yeah, no, it's okay. We just be drawing, so I'm just kind of getting an idea of what I'm doing. Let's see. What is he called? The Tentacle Obsessed Terror is what he is. The Tentacle. Let's see. He's the. Tentacle Obsessed Terror. I've got to think like how he's going to. This is an interesting one. Seeing you draw on paper makes me feel less bad about only drawing on paper. This is how I do 90% of my game dev stuff, is I draw on paper. I prefer to draw on paper over doing computer. It's just more natural to me. Well, I've drawn a tentacle with tentacle legs, is what I've done. Maybe it should have, like... Oh, you know what I want it to have? I want it to have that thing that, that Pokemon has, where it's, like, unhinged at the back. So, like, a double tentacle situation, right? And then it's, like, unhinged. And then, like... Forget what it's called, but everyone fucks it, that Pokemon. Maybe like, maybe it's like this. And then the tentacle is split. So then you have like a, figure out math formulas. Well, I'm drawing a tentacle monster that might potentially fuck a raccoon, so that doesn't make me feel any smarter. Yeah, that's the one, yeah. I kind of like this idea. So like this. And then it's like dripping fluid. It's like, maybe it's like dripping fluid. So it's and then trying to think like more tentacle trope. And then, so yeah, and then obviously it's gonna have to have like, that'll be where its mouth is. So this will be its front. Like a gaping dragon. Like the gaping dragon. And then the problem occurs is when I draw this, right? And then I like this so much, and then I go draw it on the actual treatment. It never comes out the same as when I draw it here. Which is always frustrating, because I'll like draw like a perfect one. I'm thinking... So I've got to think like how it's going to operate. I'm thinking it should spin. I'm thinking it should be a spinning tentacle. How would you go? Because I would say that this is the front, right? Front. This is rear. And then... So maybe it like crawls around and like... Oh, you know it'd be cool if it was like that squid in Mario Paint where it like... Not Paint, Mario Sunshine, where it like... It spits ink. So it like... Spits ink. Gooper, or whatever it is. Goop. Ink goop. Slip. And hard to walk in. I also hate the fact I've got this like bit of cardboard here. I hate it. I hate it. The gooper bloopers. Yeah, I like that, yeah. So it like spits all this ink. It's like... Slows down its prey, yeah. And then once it does that, then it turns around and it starts chomping. And then I started blasting. And then it starts chomping. So it's like, you know, it's getting real, you know. And then, and a lot of, I think tonight we'll do a lot of like enemy design stuff, because then that way you guys will get to kind of see a process rather than all the boring stuff. I kind of like this. I kind of want to do, I don't know why, but I kind of want to give it pigtails. Like I want it to have an anime girl pigtail somewhere, or like something that's like, you and I write dev notes very similarly. Is that a good thing? Give it a cute bow. That's brilliant. I like that. That's brilliant. So yeah, it should be like, cute bow. And then when it dies, and so like when defeated, drops small tentacle, which goes to cabaret. Look at that. We're smashing it tonight. I'm already happy with that. That's sick. And then it spin around, and then it chomps, and then it gets really tired. And then you want to jump on this bit. You want to go bump, and you want to jump here. Oof. Little Mario oof, you know. Okay. I like that. I like that. I like it. I like it a lot. Is what I do. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, let's see what else I've got here. Originally, the tentacle obsessed Terra looked like this. It had like a teeth and like a sort of up and down sort of thing. I changed the whole design. I just wasn't happy with it. Is this part of this? I don't know anymore. How far we've come. Yeah, exactly. I'm so lost with my notes. This is why I hate not doing this too often. Now what I want to do is I want to design some enemies. So I want to do, so this I'm going to put aside for now. Now I did have some enemies I wanted to design, particularly tonight, for the casino level. I had this really cool idea about a dice that basically when you roll it, it changes form, and so then Terry has to tackle it. Hey Fancy, how's it going? How's your clit today? Is it good, man? Like, how's it faring, my dude? So check this. So it's like a dice, right? And I've been thinking about this one for a while. So, okay, just forgive me because I don't know which way a dice goes. Alright, so the dice. You see the plumbers don't wear ties announcement. Do you mean the one from a while ago? Or do you mean recently? What did I miss? Yesterday. Give me the straight and narrow. Give me the straight and narrow on it, my dude. I'll be honest with you, I don't really like. Tell me first. It always adds to 7 on the opposite side. Well, I mean, I'll fix that when I get there. So. This was a 6. And then, so this was a 6. And then the other one was, the spring was a 1. So I was thinking, so what happens is these enemies only get stopped. So once you hit them, they stop. It was a release date, pre-order soon. Milking it with merch. Okay. It doesn't matter what I say though. Like, I mean, I could bitch about it until the cows come home. Because I know a lot of people have wanted me to kind of like say what I want to say. I'll be honest with you. I got my Frogun thing. And I was quite disappointed to see that Limited Run had helped with the soundtrack. Which I didn't know that they did. I don't think Molagato knew. But, I think the thing that pissed me off the most was the fact that they didn't put his logo anywhere on the disc or the soundtrack or anything. And that pissed me off. Like, I just didn't understand why he didn't get credit for his own game on the fucking cover. I thought it was weird to me. Yeah, I'm kind of just in this weird state. Oh no, did they do a... Now I have to see it. Alright, let me open my phone. Let me have a look. Though I don't know why I'm looking. Because I don't think I'm gonna get anything different out of it. I'm not getting it, is what I'm saying. And it's just gonna be a shit game again. Like, is that the joke? Maybe. I get it. I understand why we're doing it. There's a part of me that understands the bag. I get it. Like, that's the reason why we do the things we do. You know, limited run, whatnot. But I don't understand why this game needs to have this much hype around it. Do you want to know? 90% of it revolves around AVGN because the only reason the game is popular is because of him. Otherwise, nobody would be touching this with a 10-foot pole. My phone's crashed. Hang on. Yeah, nobody would be touching this with a 10-foot pole. And that's just kind of how I, like... Why do they go to the anime style? Because they... like, that's the joke, is the joke. They wanted to... That's what they want to do, is hee. Let me have a look. It's on their Twitter, I assume. Videos in 10-minute views. And again, no slight against James, because I understand, again, it's about the bag, and, you know, but you can tell Limited Run is just doing it for, honestly, just the fact that hee meme, you know. When, like, everybody's waiting for other shit. And I'll be honest with you, it's kind of part of the reason why I didn't cover it. I don't feel like the game needs to be talked about that much. I know a lot of people want me to do a Shady Corner review on it. I just don't feel that there is much to say that hasn't already been said. Alright, let me have a look at this thing. Gargoyle Remastered. Sorry, I'll get back to it in a second. I hope everyone's experience here is that we worked incredibly hard to create a product that provides content. It's not merely a joke. that the game is back. We wanted to tell players how this could exist back then and come back today in an interactive documentary. Who gives a shit? Like... It's so funny, like, there's a documentary about it, like... Sorry, I'm like derailing the... We pulled all the stops for the physical. Featuring... Oh, featuring art. Hang on a second. So there is a replica tie that you can get. Yeah, what's with the anime box art? What the fuck is that? Like, why is there anime box art? Oh, what the fuck? There's like body pillows and shit. And like skateboards and shit. You are not wrong. Oh my god. Why would you want that in your house? Fuck. Just milking it hella whack. Yeah, it is pretty whack, eh? Chat, also give me some ideas for enemies for this casino level. Wow. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I'm in a weird camp with the whole thing because I don't yeah. Yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it? I get it too because they did it with Night Trap. Night Trap's not a fantastic game, and I get that people would want a copy. But this is like, this is just trying to paint gold onto shit. There's no way that anybody thinks this is a good idea. Who's the market? Collectors. It's a collector's thing. That's what it is. That's all it is. It's not anything else. But it's funny because I already had somebody message me when the initial trailer dropped, and they're like, "You gonna get it?" And I was like, "Why? Why would I get it? Like, what am I gonna do with it? What am I gonna do with the game that I don't understand what, like, why would I want that in my house?" Don't get me wrong, it's a piece of lewd history. And it's like it's an iconic piece, right? Because it is what it is. But at the same time, it's like, why would I want a shit load of crap commemorating it? That's like, you know what that is? That's like saying that you legitimately like the Emoji Movie and you want the emoji poop around your house as a thing. That's what I think it is anyway. But that's just my... But that's just a theory. Yeah, it's weird. That's weird, man. But I admit I bought Night Trap. Well, I mean, look, I can understand why you bought Night Trap, because at least Night Trap's a coherent story. Like, Night Trap's a game. Like, that's the legitimate game. Don't get me wrong, Night Trap's not a good game by any means, but it's a movie, and it's something that you can watch, and you can play that shit over and over again, and you can still get... And again, I'm not trying to fob off anybody that wants to get this sort of shit, but also, when you're looking at plumbers don't wear ties, what are you going to do with it? Like, what's it for? Like, it's streamer content, and that's about it. It'll be on your shelf, and that's it. A lot of collectors will buy it, that's for sure. What am I gonna do for 3? I want to do for 3. 2's a tank, 1's a spring. Do so I'm still gonna do like, so I'm gonna do 4, 3 and 5. I'm still gonna do 5 as well. So this is my dice character. So you roll the dice and it turns into different things. If you chat, I'll let you guys throw in some ideas into the ring. Yeah, I know. It's, well, I mean, that's the thing. Can 3 be a great axe wielder running at Terry? Ooh. We're suggesting signs. Alright, so like... Oh, okay. Alright, hang on. I think I got it. So let's do... Yeah, no, we're suggesting sides for the dice. So this dice is an enemy, and when it rolls, it turns into certain things. For the casino level of Terry's game. You're gambling with your life, yeah. I like the idea of an enemy with multiple forms. Because then you don't know what you're going to get each time. So he like swings them around. It's like... You know? So there's spider. There's spider. And then sproing. Tank. Axe wielder. So I need one for 5 and for 4. Let's see. 4 could be... Another hard one. Is there a dildo side? Seems like a default. Yeah, I guess so. So like maybe this should be like... having to think. He attacks forward, he goes up, he's forward. So then maybe like I should do one that spins, maybe. So maybe something like it's 4, so I could do... Yeah, I could do something like this actually. I could go... And then have him have like a blade that runs around. What about a side that gives a benefit? That's a good idea, actually. That's a really good idea. Very good idea. I'll use that for 5. So 5 will be... So 5 could have it that it will give you a benefit. So it will do like maybe what have I got for him? It's like collectible lives and stuff. Hang on. Let me have a look. Chat delay is painful. Welcome to the world of streaming. It is not fun. It's not a fun time. Oh yeah, so you could drop garbage and... Yeah, you could drop like... So it could be like benefit, so like... explodes open with like... Open with... items. And that's our dice character. Look at that shit. That's sick. I like that idea already. I like that idea for the thing. I like that. I like that. All right, let's look at what are other enemies? Give me chat. All right. Give me enemy ideas for a casino. What would you see in a casino that you would consider to be an enemy? Expect our names in the credits. Yeah. I'm wanting to kind of give it an interactive sort of thing as well, because I want you guys to sort of feel like you can add to it as well. Oh, those are some good ideas. I like those ideas. Okay. Alright, so let's start with the wheels. So I think I know what you're talking about. So like... they're casino chips. So they're like this. Nah, but at the end of the day, it's very hard to like come up with original ideas as well. Look at him revving. And he's revving, and he's like... BAP! There he goes. He be revving. I actually did a character like this years ago, called Treader. He was a wheel, and I designed this game, and it was like Gex, but he was a collector, but he was a wheel, and he was just like a tire from a car. Gambling aspect. Yeah, I think so too. Apologize for the title. That's alright. You're allowed to drink. You do what you do, you boo. Slot machine. Okay, this thing's gonna irritate me. I need a flat surface. Oh, hang on, I'm just looking around the room for something. That is gonna be a pain where it's like pushing here. This board, I bought this because I thought it was a good idea, and it's alright, but at the same time, I'm losing, like, there's no backing for this, which is really irritating. I'm trying to think if I've got something that I could use. I better find something in a minute. So maybe like, and then he's like, he's a bleh, you know, he's like, oh, queso no, de bueno, fancy, have a siesta. He's got a big arm. He's a big old tough bloke. He's like tough. That's his arm. That's the pull arm as well. And then say like, that's his weak point. Ooh, that's a cool idea. A deck of cards. I like that idea. Alright, I'll do that one next. Actually, you know what? I'll make him look like a bouncer. So he's like... And then... That's you an item. That's a cool idea too. I like that. The slot machine, maybe he like bounces around. Like, boink, boink, boink. He's doing this and he's like jumping around, right? And then he's got like his whole thing is he like spits coins. Right, so spit and coins. There's a coin spit. Spit like a Tommy gun. Right? And then what you have to do in order to stop him, pull this wheel. Stop him by yanking his arm. And then getting like bar or something on his eyes. It's like bar. Oh no, like X's. And like X's on his eyes. Yeah, I like that idea. That's cool. So he's a big bouncer. The car's like the king can be the character at the top. That's a cool idea too. Yeah, I like the idea of cards. Alright, let me think how I'm gonna do this. So you can build a lot of stuff out of oh, so this guy's gonna be called Chip. Alright, so this is Chip. This is Chip. What do they call the pull arm on a slot machine? What's the name of it? Isn't there a name for the arm that you use on a slot machine? What's the name? I forget what you call it. Oh, man. Yeah, you know what I like? I like what you said, Barika. I'm thinking like it's just called lever. Nothing fancy. So it could be like just the arm. Okay. Well, that's his arm anyway. I've got the idea for the cards. So like what I'll do. So the cards are a castle, right? And then it's like this. And then they've got like, so I've got to draw each card. So I'm going to draw like, but I'll draw like a pattern. So it looks like the back. So yeah, a lot of times when I'm working on games, the other thing too that I got to think about is what goes into a level. And the biggest thing that I found with Terry's game when I first started doing it was that it didn't feel, I don't want to say the word gimmicky, but a lot of the time when I was designing it, because I'll show you initially, it didn't have a hub world. Initially, it was just going to be a map. I think I've got it here somewhere in my notes. Somewhere. And yeah, there's a lot of ideas that I sat on for weeks, and then I just kind of threw out because I was like, well, not thrown out, but I just didn't like them anymore. Yeah, so this was going to be what it looked like, level designs. So it was going to be more of a platformer than anything, like rather than a 3D collectathon. And then I went to the 3D collectathon side, but then I wasn't sure, like, as I'm designing stuff, I'm like, no, I need to play more. So I went and played more. And then I came back and I was like, you know what I want to do? I want everything to feel special. Because, you know, when you're playing a game like this, and I don't just want every enemy to feel like cannon fodder. And I don't want every little experience to feel like it's just pass. I want everything to feel creative. You know? I want it to feel like... And that's why, like, little enemies like this, like a slot machine, you know, like all this sort of stuff where, like, you look at it and you want to visually check it out. I don't just want it to be that you see it and you donk it on the head. I want little things to happen. Alright, so these little dudes, these little cards, will run from the castle. So it's a castle of cards, right? And then the only way to defeat it, only way to stop cards is to destroy castle. They've got little spears. They got like little truncheon spears. They're like, wah, you know. You know, they're coming out the thing, and they've got little kings and little. And then the cards will go, you know, and then they just fly everywhere. You know, I like that idea. Oh, that's so cool. Little castle of cards, like. So yeah, the other thing too is like with a loot game, I don't necessarily want everything to be loot because there's going to be a lot of loot in it. But this, like, I want to fill the edges with other things. I want to do other things, and I want to have fun with a lot of the other little bits and elements. So I feel like I can really be creative with some of this stuff, you know, and find a sort of a middle ground for what I want to do. You know, Terry gets the girl, but at the same time, like, that's another bit. You know, that's a completely different bit. Enemies don't have to loot. See from far, make a loud rev, and they run after Terry, drifting on. Drive, feeding by attack, making it hit the wall. Oh, different colored chips could have different speed turning. I like that. So like, okay. Value depends on speed. Yeah, so like, I don't necessarily think and then it's, you know, Terry's about he's gonna get the puss, but it's you know, I don't want him to have a huge not everything's gonna be loot, but we do need a cocktail waitress, and I kind of like the idea. Do you remember that game Stretch Panic? I like this, right? Where it's I do like this idea, right? Because casinos are this, right? And then you'll see it in a second once I finish running it. I also got some retro games. I didn't post the games I got today. I have to get some more posts. I got some games today. You know what? The skirt, it could even be lower than this, but she's a cocktail waitress, but she's all tits. She's all tits. That's all tits. She's all tits. Yeah, let me post that picture. I didn't post it today. I got some cool games today. I got a hang on. Alright, so let me post this picture real quick. Breezy's in my chat messaging me. I've got like 4 messages. Is there an emergency, Breezy? Is this something I need to know? Okay. What was I going to post? I was going to post the thing. Retro gaming. Here we go. So this is what I got this week. I like Quarth. I like the box art for Quarth. So Quarth looks really cool. So I got Quarth, which it's meant to be Space Invaders meets Tetris. And then I got Tomb Raider Chronicles. I've never tried that one. Apparently it's really good. It's like Tomb Raider 5. Just like extra stories. I'm trying to think of like one more character that I could do. Casino. One more casino design. casino design, you know. Maybe. It's hard, this one. I'm trying to go through a casino in my head. Sorry. I could do a bingo thing, couldn't I? That'd be cool, like bingo. I could do... I'll come back to this. I've got 4 so far. No, I've also got the dice. What am I talking about? I've also got the dice. You fool! I've got the dice. Alright. So the next one I want to do is... Do I have any more paper? I might have to go get some more paper. I have to get some more paper. Give me a second. I'll grab some more paper. The next one we're gonna do is box factory. I've got to work out what I'm gonna do in the box factory because I don't know what I'm gonna do for enemies in that. That's my hardest one. Bingo could be a map puzzle. Yeah, I was thinking that too, like to get through. Yeah, I was thinking that as well. Hang on 1 second, chat. Alright, give me a second. I will grab some more paper. I will be... Pick up this piece of paper that I dropped earlier. Stop judging my couch. I can feel you judging. I feel the judging eyes. I don't need that. Can include some forklifts in the factory. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, that's what I didn't get. I should have got... That's what I should have got, is that. I should have got that. Hang on. Let me... Hang on, 1 second. That's a good idea. It's a good idea, Rico. Let me find this thing. M. back. One of these days, Shade's gonna sit down. What are you talking about? Why would that happen? Why would I forget my pants? Chat, what is with you? Forklift certified. So let me check the level design for this one. I think it was, yeah, forklift. Forklift. Yeah, move and smash boxes. Okay. So you're thinking of forklift. Interesting. I'll try not to draw a small this time. So maybe like... Oh, what are those like... Oh, like boxes, like little enemy boxes. I say not to draw small, and I draw small. He's a little grumpy box. Or it could be like... And then you jump on it. Maybe. Maybe. Health and safety reasons. I like that. All good, Panda. Yeah, no, I'll come up with something different, obviously. But I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. See, maybe this has always been a tough level for me to kind of design enemies for. A tough one. I've got parking cone, which will bounce and boing. Stuff like that. I just need to kind of come up with something that's more... maybe like a, it's in a warehouse, right? So, I mean, there's no thing of like what's stored in the warehouse, right? You can say anything's stored in there. Like, you could just be like, oh, there's a box of tacks or something, or something smashes through something, or... yeah, well, I was thinking, like, you could have a box open and just tacks come out or something. Yeah, it's tough, this one, because the, always trying to come up with something different. But I know that variety is, you know, you don't want to go too nuts with it. Like, you want to design something that's more, yeah, less is more. The forklift, I'm unsure about, because that's the second time I've done it like this. But I'll kind of like flip-flop on the idea of what I think. In terms of the design of what he would be as a, you know... let's see. Alright, let's do the next one. The next one I want to do is the golf course. And I was thinking, like... I like the idea that the golf course one would have maybe a... like a sand shark. Like in the sand traps. He's a big boy. He's like, ah. Oh. Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking is what's stored in the boxes. So I could, you know, I could come up with other stuff like toys and stuff, like, you know, even dildos and shit. Like, it doesn't have to be. Yeah. So this, he comes out the sand trap of the golf course. So he's like, so a sand shark for the golf course, and he's like, he's just jumping out, getting beached. Nah, I would have to make it based on the boxes for sure. Oh, we're gonna do a crocodile. We're gonna do a crocodile because it'll be like there'll be water, right? So because it's okay. I might do like something really cool with these guys. And maybe like big old chomper. He's a croc. Again, this is all sketches, so some of this might not make in. I'm just sketching. I'm just coming up with ideas. So. Yeah, you just sort of throw things out, you know. It's not really not really sort of any set plan when you're designing something. It's just sort of see what sticks to the paper and, you know, then come back to it later. I don't... Before, when I did design, I would kind of lock stuff in pretty quick. Now I will sort of, like, do it and then sit on it for a day or two. And kind of let it fester. I know that sounds like a weird thing to say, fester. But, like, let it chill. So then that way I can think about, you know, is that the right thing? Could I do something different? And it's usually 50-50. Like, it could go either way. It doesn't... It's not really sort of any sort of thing of it, you know. Golf course is also another hard one because I think enemies on a golf course, I would have to kind of... I'm already kind of like pushing it with crocodiles and sand sharks. So I would have to come up with something that would be able to sort of counterbalance the land. I could do kangaroos, because kangaroos are a huge thing on golf courses here. Actually, they're huge here. We actually have a really big problem with kangaroos bouncing on our golf courses here. Give it shades, you know. Oh, maybe it's holding a golf club too. So it's like getting ready to fuck. It's getting ready to fuck it. She's a hot mamacita. Oh, moles, yeah. Yeah, we have huge problems with kangaroos and golf courses here. You know. Yeah, I like the idea of a mole. So like, Shade's arting. Yeah, well, I'm trying to get you out of the business. So. Yeah, because they've got like a little head. They've got like a little head, right? So it's like, I don't know. It's hard. Because again, we're sketching. We're kind of coming up with things. We're throwing things out. This is kind of the sort of us seeing what sticks. Dibs on voicing a golferoo. Yeah, but it's got a pouch though, so it's a female. Yeah. Alright, let's do... Now that I've kind of got this, let me now do like a big piece. So then I know what I'm doing. I want to start with a kangaroo, because I like the idea of a kangaroo. So let's do... kangaroo with glasses. And then like... peak game design? I don't think so. This is the most jank stream. I'll be honest, like 100%. Like it is weird doing this a second time. I feel very exposed doing it like this. Because you guys also get to see my method. And I feel like that a lot of people are judging me. This is also like 100% top notch. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. You know what she does? She keeps all her golf clubs in here. Fuck yeah. Bad antenna because you've never made a bad game. Oh, stop it. You're such a flirt. Thank you. A great compliment. I don't know what it means myself, but I guess I'll rephrase it as precious. What I'm doing is top 100% top precious, though. That sounds more patronizing than anything now. Like, should I be drawing? I don't know. Okay. They're gonna be female kangaroos too. So. You love how 90s cool my designs are. I thank you. Again, it's just part of me being a cartoonist. I was doing a lot of this sort of stuff prior to being a game developer. So a lot of this for me is sort of just... But again, I feel very exposed doing it because it's like, you know, I'm very like, is this the like they go behind closed doors and they laugh about shades, like she's pretty. She comes swinging. She's got a bow and a tail. You don't mean... Okay, well that's alright then. I don't know, like, yeah, my process of game design is not... yeah, I don't like revealing it. Because I think it's very, like, I don't know, I think people will judge it, maybe. I don't know. It's why I don't do streams like this that much, because I do think that there is an element in which a lot of people would probably judge me on my skill set. She's got golf gloves on. She's got a couple tees in there too. Like a little tees. She's got lipstick. Little golferoo. I like the name. I like the name that was come up with golferoo. I like that idea. I like that. I'm stealing that, Electos. Golferoo. Look at that. Check out my fur affinity. You know, check it out. So, a lot of people ask me, like, have I, like... It's funny, because my first game I drew just like this. The very first game I ever worked on, I was an usher at a cinema. And a lot of what I did was I would draw it. And a lot of the ushers that I worked with, I mean, I guess some of them were supportive, but, you know, not all of them. Alright, let's do the dice. I like the dice idea, because I want to do the dice now, because the dice are cool. I want to make a game, doesn't matter how it comes out. Yeah, I guess so. I'm just very negative. It's just my thing, because a lot of the time people told me not to do what I did. Oh, Raw Green, thank you for gifting sub. So this is where the dice is going to come into play. So we'll do I like the idea of that dice. The dice enemy. That's sort of... We'll do the 1 first, because the 1 was like... yeah, a lot of the stuff that I would draw initially was at a podium at the cinema, like waiting for you guys, like when you'd go watch your movie. And a lot of the time, I designed Flambeau at the cinema because I just wanted to make a game. Like it was, you know, it was just what I wanted to do. Like I wanted to, like, I was always drawing, and I hated when anybody hindered my drawing ability, because a lot of the time it was, you know, you should find a different job. Like, well, and initially I wanted to be a cartoonist because, you know, that's, I originally just wanted to draw cartoons all the time. Like, and then I designed the game, and then, yeah, I took it to Ducky, and yeah, it writes itself. I think some of the art is actually on cinema paper. I'll have to check. I'll have to check that. I like the kangaroo idea. I think that's sitting well with me. That's gonna make me. That's making me feel happy. It's making me feel happy. I only wish I could make a game. Anybody can do it. I did it, and I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah, anybody can do it. There's not any reason why you can't. It just depends. The only thing that is limiting you is your imagination, honestly. No, but you don't even need to. Like if you have a team or a bunch of people that you know that you want to create something really cool. Like my first game, yeah, I programmed it myself, obviously, but there was also, like, now I can actually hire people to do extra jobs. I still like doing this part. This part is my favorite part of the whole process because I feel like I've got full creative control here. I'm doing what I want to do, which is this. Like this, there's no one else that can touch this part. Yeah, when it goes to the final bit, you know, and obviously that changes, like, you know, bits change, but this part here is just raw, just stuff. Talented in his corners, just checklist Canadian. What are you talking about? Shut up. What do you mean? What does that mean? I thought a lot of Canadian people were hot. What are you talking about? So what kind of game is it? So this is a collectathon game, like Banjo-Kazooie and Crash Bandicoot. A lot of what I've got is in this document that I've been drawing, and I was showing off a lot of the maps. You can see here one of the maps. And it's a loot game, so it's a game where it's kind of like Conker's Bad Fur Day, you know. And, you know, there's little bits and pieces, but you play as Terry, the mascot of the channel. And, you know, you go through and you do stuff. You collect stuff, you do all sorts of things. And I think this is the third iteration of this game. That's how serious I am about it. Before, I was not... usually when I do a game design, I'll usually do like 2 or 3 iterations of what I think is the design. So I'll sit on it for a while and think, okay, like, is this what I want to do? With this game, I've been very, like, very passionate about what I want to do with it because I don't want to fuck it up. I really don't want to fuck this one up. I think, and because I've played a lot of collectathons, I think I've got the ability to come up with something that's fun. Collectathon's fun though. Yeah, and it's gonna have a lot of like comedy in it. So it's gonna comedy, sex appeal. There's gonna be like a lot of sexy things you can unlock. But I want the enemies to not have like not everything has to be sexy. I don't want to always like I want the enemies to be cool and creative. And so like one of the levels is a casino. And so, you know, I'm coming up with these sort of designs of what I want. Thus being these, like, crab-like things, you know. This dice rolls, and it changes form as it goes. When are we getting the Shady Luke Hart visual novel? Look, you can write it if you want. You don't have to play to play with anyone. Well, no, I want them to... You know what? I want the same experience that I had when I played Conker's Bad Fur Day, which was I didn't know what I was playing. But it was a good thing. Like, Conker's Bad Fur Day always feels to me like nobody ever really recaptured that. And I don't want to recapture that, but in the same way. But I feel that there is a lot of what comes down to the design of that game is that it is so... It's like, I can't describe the feeling I had when I played that game the first time. Because it felt like I shouldn't have been playing it. It felt very naughty to play it. And then when I was playing it, I was like, there's nothing else like this game. Like, where was this game prior to this, you know? I always feel like the best loot games are good games first. Yeah, that's changed now. Like, before, it used to just be that it was about the loot stuff first. And a lot of people kind of wanted to lean on the loot first and then push the narrative of that second. But now it's changed. Now gameplay is coming first, which is great because we need that. Don't get me wrong, I have played games too where I will sit and I will, you know, you boot up a game to get off, right? There are some games that's their form and tried and true method. Is that is the game, that's the way it's designed, right? But if I'm creating a game that's gonna run for at least a minimum of 40 minutes, mind you, I want people to see the whole thing, and I don't want them to just get off, nor just click all the way through, or I want them to enjoy the experience, and I want them to be able to come back. It's like with Kart. Like Kart, you can there's all of that's in Kart, but you don't it never feels like with Kart that you would just put it down again. Do you know what I mean? Like with Kart, it's like you're playing the game and you can get off, and you've got this personal collection of loots that you can enjoy. And then after that, when you are done with that, you can go back and continue playing the game and you can unlock more. The paper was blank when I commented. Well, that's you, dude. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Like, the tides are changing a lot. Like, for instance, Scarlet Maiden just dropped. And I really like that game a lot. Because that game is sexy, but it's gameplay first. And that kind of shit is shit we don't see in the industry. we don't see Sprite because they're playing. Would I find worse swimming levels or flying levels? If I had to pick between the two, it depends. Like, I can't really think of any swimming levels that I've really deemed to find fun, unless like it goes into something like you're designing something that is a submarine or something. But when it comes down to well, that's a good idea. It's submarine. When you come down to like collectathons and stuff, a flying level like seems more of a gimmicky thing. I think I would say that's probably more the scope of that. Maybe it's hard to say. It would depend on the type. You know what I hate? I hate ice levels. Ice levels are shit. Do you know what I mean? I've stuffed this up. I've done the wrong colors. It's alright. I can save it though, because we'll just make him like. We'll just fix that later in post. We'll fix it in post, gentlemen. But yeah, I do find that the tides are changing for that sort of stuff, you know. When you're sliding all over the place, yeah. I don't know what it is. It's funny when people say that. They're like, "Ah, shit, water level." And it's like, what do you reckon the game was that made everybody go, "Fuck"? Like, was it Zelda? Like, what was the game that made people hate water levels? Because it just seems Mario 1. Yeah, I guess that's another one. I think it's Spyro or Crash Bandicoot. I mean, I don't know. It's hard, isn't it? Because there's a lot there that, you know, that we do think about. Some people have a stigma for... Yeah, that too. Yeah, I'd say that too as well. Yeah. I would probably pick flying over anything. Again, I'm kind of in the camp of water. I hate water. I can't swim, so that for me is already like a huge thing for me. RPG games that have desert immediately after forest area. Boring choice. It's such a thing though, like people love doing that shit though. It's Paris and the chip. Yeah, but is it casino related? It has to be casino related. I can't say it, but calling someone else because I can't swim either. Oh, there you go. I'm floating on the back, dog paddling. I'm scared of death anymore. I can't see the bottom. Oh, that's understandable. Like, I had a really bad experience swimming. I tried learning swimming, and then the instructor held me underwater to try to get me to learn. Be too complex, wouldn't it? We do have an axe enemy so far, yeah. Oh, like Eldritch sea monsters, like that sort of shit? Is that what you mean? It's the worst way to learn, yeah. It was a shit teacher. So. It was the instructor wanted me to jump in a pool, felt dread. Yeah. I'd hate that. He's got vein. This vein, he's got veiny. And then he should have like, instead of a heart, it should be a catch it, Electos. Thank you. Someone has someone done it and they respond, but you just do it rather than show. Yeah. A belt? Yeah, that might actually work, actually. It does, actually, yeah. Because, yeah, the original design I've got is here. And now I'm kind of drawing the bigger picture ones. So I'm kind of... These are kind of like my final drafts, if you will. He'd be spitting out coins. He'd be spitting out... Oh, yeah, I guess he would spit out chips, yeah. Yeah, I guess he would. You know what I see a lot on slot machines that nobody really talks about? Is like when people rest their drinks on top of the slot machine. You know how like when you go to like any casino and you always see like people resting their drinks on top of the slot machine? Like this. You always go to a casino, you always see somebody's put their glass on the top of a slot machine. Like, always happens. Make the drink. I could do like, oh, you know what I could do? I could actually like... Yeah, okay. It's got a little hat now. Oh yeah, okay. So it'll be yeah, he'd have some marks on him, wouldn't he? From like spills and stuff. I like that. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna call it barbell. I like that. And he's got a little cherry on his muscle, because that's his arm, like that chunk chunk, you know. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. Never see it soaked in pokey pit. It's true, yeah. So this will be like races towards you. Spits. Coins. Pull. To his eyes. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. That's cool. I'm happy with that. I want to do the cards next. It's kind of, now I'm kind of getting to the groove. Bell the Bandit, work as a boss, is a nickname. No, I've already got bosses sorted. I just did one tonight, though I've got to draw it again. Actually, I could do that. You know what? I could do that. Now that I've got the final design for the second boss done. Where is it? Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Alright, let me now draw the final iteration of this boss. Because now that I have it, I'm pretty happy with the design that I can confidently say that I'm going to draw it the way that I want to have it. So I'll start with this and then so if you're wondering, this is a tentacle obsessed a tentacle thought that Terry has had at some point, where he's obsessed with tentacle porn. And he's materialized it into this obsession. Crashed it twice, Jesus. Do they not optimize it, or? Multi-plane overlay. Well, if it makes you feel any better, I've never heard of that. Massive memory leaks. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. It goes to show you gotta update your computer sometimes. But I mean, again, I don't really update my computer that much. So I mean, I'm one to talk. I don't like updating my computer because I don't like when shit changes. So I am not a fan. Is it fun though? Are you been enjoying it or? Because that's the real thing. Is like, are you enjoying it? I apologize. I don't have time to play it. I'm so busy. I literally only had time to sit down with myself today to play. Did I have boss be? Yeah, for this one I do. Yeah, this one I do. I've got it all written. So the draft that I've done is this draft. And I've already like mapped out what I'm doing for this one. Yeah, the first part of the stream was me kind of mapping out what I wanted to kind of do with the idea. And then the second part is now me going back and kind of refining what I wanted to do with each design. It's a damn good game. Is there a lot of improvements from like the last time though? Or is it more of the same? Don't get me wrong, I'm pretty keen for another Bomberman. It's just I always get worried about whether or not it's going to be more of the same. Not that it ever really is. Like, you know, they tend to do, you know, good shit with Bomberman. You have to earn coins to unlock extra content, which is boring. Okay. So not really anything yet. Well, I look forward to seeing what you say. Again, I apologize, I just don't have time. I know a lot of people really want me to, it's hard for me, I'll say this much too, like, especially with, games, playing games with people is, like today I sat down and played Bomb Chicken, because I've owned Bomb Chicken for so long, because a fan bought it for me, and I finally got to play it, and sit down and play it, and I've been playing that. The other thing too, and I know that, like, this isn't you doing it, but I've had fans do it before, and I know that wasn't your intention. I've had fans that specifically buy me games, and then go, well, when are we going to play? And I'm like, well, that's not... I said that isn't... And I'm not saying you did that, because you did it as a review thing, but I've had people buy me a game, and then the obligation is that I have to play the game with them. And I'm like, no, I don't, though. Not really. Like, it was never said, otherwise I wouldn't have done it, you know. But yeah, I've had that before. Multiple times, actually. That's why I usually don't accept Steam codes, unless I know the intention of the person and why they're giving it to me. Unless they're just like, yeah, here's a game. Like, give me a game for Christmas. But I had someone buy me, like, a multiplayer game. And then they bugged me week after week. And I was like, they would know when I wasn't working. Like, they would check my status and see what I was doing. And I was like, you know I have to rest, right? No, that's fine. No, I know you have too, Brigger. That's why I'm not saying it's either of you guys. Like, I've had fans in the past that do it, but they do it where the intention is that I've bought it, so my obligation now is that I have to like stop what I'm doing and play. And I'm like, well, no, because I'm busy. If I get time, then yeah, I'll play, you know. I mean, who doesn't like gifts, right? Everyone loves gifts. But there's also that thing of, yeah, it's that weird sort of, and again, I don't mind when people get me gifts. Again, I'm not going to complain about that. It's more of that they'll be like, this game would be really cool if you played it with me. I'm like, yeah, okay. What if I get it for you, will you play it? I'm like, no. Then they get it for me. And they're like, well, when you have time. I'm like, no. It doesn't work like that. No, and I'm happy that you did. I don't know, it's a different thing. Hey, Raymond instead. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There are just some people that just think like that, and then they get offended when I don't. There was one game I think it took 2 years to play it, and I finally played it. And they messaged me and they're like, "Oh, you're playing it now?" I'm like, "Well, because I have time." Like, well, can you wait till I'm free? I'm like, "Oh no. Aha, bruh, Liz." Finally beat Raymond one night. So I can keep it sealed. Nice. Question is my playlist long enough? Or is it not long enough? Because I can't hear it, so it's for you guys, not for me. Sometimes I prefer to draw in silence. Yeah, I like that. I'm happy with that. That's way better. That's cool. Same 5 songs. Okay, cool. That's alright then. Because I do worry that like my shit's boring. I'm wondering. Yeah, and then tomorrow we can do more enemies, which I think would be really cool. Oh yeah, I should write what Golfaroo does. I didn't do that. Golfaroo. Swings Golf Club. Do I have someone in mind to code the game? I've got a few people that I've thought about. I'm not trying to think that far ahead. Because again, like, this is me getting it down on paper now. So then that way, when I get to it later, that I'm not like, oh. Oh, that's cool, Wolfie. Yeah, I get some I trying to plan too far ahead. I don't like working on too many things at once. To right now, the Terry game for me is like relaxation. I know that sounds like a weird thing to say, but this is me sort of taking time to draw and have fun with it, and that's what this is. There isn't any other like I don't know. It's way too early to tell. Right now this is me just having fun with the idea and playing around with it. Well, because so with her, so she swings her arms from side to side, her golf club, and throws them. And then in her pouch, more clubs. Slash ammo. Cool. I like that. Golfaroo, the slutty kangaroo. So she's her own caddy. Yeah, well, I figure that's why the Joey pouch. So that's for the golf level. Again, I'll go through all of this again tomorrow on stream so you guys can see. Because I'll do some more of this tomorrow on my day off, where I'm kind of chill back and I sort of put all this in order and try to get more of a coherent sort of idea as I'm sketching. Because right now I've kind of got an idea of where I'm going, but I don't know yet 100%. It's kind of, I'm kind of all over the place with it. See the T's and think she would have them with floor stepping hazard. Yeah, that could work too. Again, it's very early days. Like, the whole idea of me putting it on paper is getting it out my head so I could sleep at night. You know? Plus, a lot of the ideas, I want to try to make sure I write these down before I actually, like... Because I don't want you guys to sit here and watch me write. I want you guys to sit here and watch me draw. The writing process is different. That's the whole... There's so much writing that goes on, and that's boring. And that was like the first 30 minutes of this stream. And I don't want to do that. I want you guys to be remotely entertained by what I'm doing. Um, no, count up to 7. Yeah, so there's a dice spider, but the dice spider, it has 6 modes, and so I'm trying to go into what it's gonna do for each of its things. One of them being that it gives you treats rather than, you know, and I'm trying to. I want this enemy to be. This enemy is 6 enemies, well 5 enemies. It's 5 enemies, so you can kind of reuse it. At the same time, not using it. Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of my because if you see, like, a lot of my initial, like, stuff is like writing. I just write shit because I'm writing stuff. I'm trying to get it down on paper before I kind of start what I'm doing. This is the kind of final treatment for the game that I'm kind of leaning on. And I'm hoping that I can turn this into the definitive booklet and then lock it away, so then that way when I'm ready I can be like, alright, this is the game I'm going to be doing next. This is the one. This is the big one. And I think Clive and Wrench playing that the other night made me feel really happy because it made me feel confident in doing it. Dice spinner, because the dice monster appears like Sonic's lot. Yeah, it could work too. I already got a lot of enemies, but I'll keep that one. I'll write that one out on my sketch pad here. What is it? Dice spinner. Monster appears. Okay. And yeah, I'm trying to, like, come up with different things that will, I don't know. I want the game to be entertaining. I don't just want it to be loot. I want people to have fun with the visuals, and I want them to understand that there is a level of, you know, I don't know, something special. Something special with it, you know? You know? You know, chat? You know? You know. Don't you, chat? You knew this whole time. Yeah, you're all good. There's some other stuff I drew. This is just stuff I had lying around. It was like a dead rabbit. I could use this, actually. And he drinks bun rum. I don't know. I don't know what this is. I think this was me designing a dead rabbit as a character. That's cool. His giveaway. I like that. I'm gonna scroll through when she has a ciggy. John Daly. Greatest chain smoker golfer in the world. Oh, Jesus. You have to send me a clip. You have to send me a clip. I want to see it. Yeah, I like that rabbit. I might do something with that again. Oh yeah, and then this was another one. This was just me making food. Lemon and lime. Maybe this was for that. I don't know. It's bean dip. This is all nacho related. So bizarre. I don't know what I'm on half the time, eh? Like, I just draw. Oh, does it have to be a Sunny VTube video? Does it have to be? I don't know if I could put up with him. The guy needs to learn to talk and also leave Australia because of his shit videos. Sorry. Unpopular opinion, I don't like him. He never researches his shit properly either. He never does the right stuff. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's just like he just repeats the same shit, and it's like, oh, so grating on my ears, like. Oh man, it's getting to that, it's getting to the witch now. Shade just sketching. I'm sketching. Yeah. That's what I was gonna do, like Sand Shark. It was gonna be like super rare for you to be here on a Saturday. Yeah, aren't you meant to be getting ready for the Sunday church? Because don't you do a bake sale or some shit? I guess he would like shoot out of the sand. And that works. Well, you're very welcome, Barico. Oh, okay. I'll have to check him out. Yeah, he was gonna do that, but then he did what I said, which was do the replacement thing. Inspired by me. I'm flattered that you would look at my shit and think it don't stink. I respect the way you put together a pitch. Most stuff now is done by multiple teams. Yeah, it's true. I guess so. Yeah, you're kind of right on that. Yeah. I mean, I'm very old-fashioned, so I just like drawing because at least now I've got control of the pencil. You know, this is me. There's no one else but me controlling this. You know. Like I've got full control on the pencil. It's funny though, like I don't really see any other devs doing pitches, you know. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I wonder if me doing this will garner me any more respect in the community. Probably not. Probably not. You know, it's funny. I see all these people that do like. I'm very. It's hard not to be jealous, obviously, of other people because you see these game devs and they'll literally throw anything at the wall and see what sticks. And it's frustrating because, and I try not to complain about it too much because I don't think it's, you know, but you know, the support wagon of people that, you know, that will play games or that will support games, especially on Patreon and stuff. I'm grateful for the people that we've got. You know, I'm overwhelmed at the love and support that we've got. It's just, I sometimes sit there in awe going, don't we do so much cool shit that people would want to, like, just... Why isn't there more people throwing stuff at us? And that, I don't get it. I don't get what I'm doing wrong sometimes. And that to me frustrates me a lot. Because it's like, I don't know. There's a lot of other people, and I see them do so much less effort than what I do. Nah, but I don't mean to like be bitchy on that. That's not, you know, it's just bizarre to me because I don't understand. It's weird to me. I don't get it. I was telling someone the other day that we've got like so much more of a slow burn. No, I know that too. Like, it's more of like people that do lower effort, I guess. I'm not saying that my effort's high, but I don't know. When are we gonna make a furry game together? Well, one thing at a time. Because there's no point in doing something and then... Don't get me wrong, I get excited at the prospect of doing games. But when, you know, everyone's going, oh, when are you doing this one? When are you doing this one? When are you doing this one? I am only one human. There's only so much I can provide. That's it too, by the looks of it. Look, if I had the strength to do it, I am one human. Though, like I said, it doesn't stop you from doing it. You know, you can make a game. No, I know, Bariko, but you asking me when I want to do it is like this. It's no. That's you. You've answered the question for me. Do you know what I mean? I'm already at a split end. Oh, okay. That's alright then. I'm sorry if this is line, but I think there's a design discrepancy with the saw dice. What's the design discrepancy? No, I discussed this earlier. I don't care where the dots are on the dice. Because that'll just be something I fix when I get to making the game. Again, this is just all paper stuff. Like, this is not definitive, you know? Like, it's me kind of coming up with... I know it, like, historically accurate, you know? You want to make the dice have the right thing, right? But well, this is the second rough draft. It's like, once it gets in the game, then I can make the sides right, you know? And it's like, that's, you know... so that guy's done. That one's done. Have a look here. Have a headache and fixing it later. Nah, I mean, like, doing it in the game itself that's something I can sort. That's fine on my account, you know. It's good though, because I've designed a bunch of enemies, which I'm happy with. I'm happy with all of them. Oh, what I'm gonna do though, tomorrow was gonna be Gex on the Game Boy, but I'm thinking if you guys want, I'll just do another one of these streams in replacement. We could just have another chill stream like this, because I really like this. I like doing this, and I probably want to do one more. So could slip in another game design one tomorrow, and we could all hang out and no, I changed the Daytona one. I changed Daytona, not the Gex one. I changed Daytona to throw gun. But yeah. Oh, I'm glad you all came out. It's really cool. This will be archived, so you guys can watch it back again, and you can see everything again. But yeah, tomorrow we'll do another one of these because I'm pretty happy with doing this. I think it's pretty chill. So I'll set up some more stuff, so then that way we've got more stuff to do, and we can just relax and do that, and then just push into the next day. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. As always, I'm your boy Shades. Make sure you stay hydrated. I love you peeps a lot. And enjoy the weekend. Enjoy that weekend. Have fun. Have fun. Alright, I'll catch you peeps later. Good night.